this isn't footage about actual endless dungeon going on in Diablo 3. Uh, no, there's no announcement about that. But what we do have is a thread going on in the forums petitioning for one by Blue Wolf, and he brought up the idea about how about Blizzard puts an endless dungeon, and his ideas were for this. He thinks possibly unlocked after Inferno, no town portal, no banner teleportation. Saying here, uh, you have to use checkpoints to get in and out. You can't bring friends deeper than they've already been. Um, and floors can be themed. That's pretty cool. Let's see, you can't progress to the next level without first killing all the monsters on one of the levels. So this did happen on Torchlight. Apparently, it was terrible. But there's been a lot of talk about this on the forums. It's one of the top posted things. The only other thing that's being talked about more is the new Inferno um, level base that they're doing for the monsters, which is now about 65. It used to be just 61, but Act 4 apparently is 65. I would imagine they should make it about level 70, but maybe 65 is equivalent to what I would think level 80 is in my mind, because Blizzard still hasn't even clarified what the different the skill ratio and of the monsters with each new level. I haven't even seen levels on the monsters, or if you can tell what monster what level. Might be an invisible level on the monsters. That might be how they're working it. But um, so yeah, there's other stuff like a couple other people have said there's going on threads. Lots of good ideas. Let's see. Yeah, no loot. Like, you can't get any loot from this. No experience. Um, and who are some of these guys reading here? Meant to be beaten. Okay, Inferno. This one guy saying like Inferno was a endless thing because it's really hard. Some people are all about that. They just want to shut this kind of idea down because of how hard it is. And the thing about it is, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. It's like the StarCraft like custom games. You don't have to play that stuff if you don't want to. I don't play too many of them. They're weird. I like Star Jeweled and the some of the Dota replicants they have on there. I've tried, and but mostly I don't play too much of them. But they're fun. It's great that they're there. But Diablo doesn't have a map editor. I know like a lot of people are really wanting one. Skyrim just got one. Um, you can go get the Skyrim mod put out by Bethesda and make your own Skyrim world now. Make it even 10 times bigger if you want, if your computer can handle it. Um, but so yeah, for the people that are saying um, don't, it's too hard, because the thing about noobs is they want to be able to feel that sense of accomplishment, and knowing that there's going to be something that they can't beat. They shouldn't even be playing this game altogether. The whole idea of this game is that it's impossible. for people with no skills in action RPGs to get anywhere. Like the idea is that you beat normal mode, and then after that, you can't do it if you're just one of those kind of players. So, um, so there's stuff here like what did one guy say? Different ideas for it. This guy's saying unlock it at level 60. Um, that would be fun. Like if it's just not like thrown in there and like hey from the beginning, like so that it's all about achieving something. So I think it'd be pretty cool if you could only get it after level 60. Um, Different ideas about it. Best solo, best barbarian. One thing a lot of people might think is like if it's bottomless, there'll be like um, classes that got are more common to get farther down, and it would uh, really encourage people to only play as one class through the game. But I don't think that's true because people really want to try out all the classes. I know that, and like I want to try out every single class. I'm not too excited about the Demon Hunter, but like I mean, I'm still gonna make a class. I probably won't level it up to level 60. Um, I'll at least want to try and get all the skills out of it. But say monk and wizard, I definitely want to get to level 60, and barbarian I'll probably get to level 60. But say if barbarian is the one that's all in the level 400 of the dungeon, and all the rest are like down in like 250 something like that, and maybe people I bet people would even want to see who could get with this idea here, like best demon hunter, best monk, like they would want to get like the best monk, even though the barbarian always gets the deepest if that's happening. And like people won't be able to brag like I got the deepest. Well, you only got the deepest in the barbarian. And Blizzard said it themselves. They can't balance this. Like it's a known fact. With 5 different things like this, with over 100 different skills, give or take, rune mixing in with each, you can't multiply balance like that. That's why this game took 4 years to make. And so, um, that said, I think it's a really good idea. Many games have done this. It's some of the funnest things in most games. They're saying how it was such a failure in Torchlight, but think of the games that it was such an amazing, like Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker had it, Twilight Princess had it, Paper Mario had it, and it was my favorite part of it was my favorite part of Paper Mario. It was my favorite part of Legend of Zelda. Although Paper Mario did it was they had it in Thousand Year Door, they had it in Paper Mario. Thousand Year Door was extremely hard because it was turn based. Um, Paper Mario, I ended up losing the game actually, so I got somewhere around level 70. But I would have been, and then they had a flip flop zone, which got you to an even harder part that was in the other zone. So you had the first 100 levels, and then you had the other side, which had another 100 levels, and then you had an extra level with Dark Mario. So it was and what the heck? Horrible idea, GTFO. There's no satisfaction to an endless dungeon. No unique. He must have a mental disorder. People saying this, uh, yeah, they have mental disorders. You don't want to play it. Don't play it. Simple as that. Um, so lots of people loving it. I think it's a good idea. Apparently, it was in Omnimusha. I never played that game. I might have to check it out. Um, Yeah, Inferno will still be fun, but I'm not saying I'm gonna be somebody who beats Inferno, but um, I would still like the idea of being able to and then having something that is completely impossible. And just the idea that you could throw achievements in with this, have like a ladder of who got there, like this whole thing, best barbarian, best demon hunter. And then you could throw in hardcore stuff. Like I would think a waypoint would be awesome. Like every 10 levels, some people might be saying that's ruining it. It's not really ruining it. If you make the game hard enough, you're only just sending yourself back to the same place to die. And I would what I would really like is instead of it just getting infinitely harder so that it's impossible, don't make it impossible. Make it so that it's near next to utterly impossible for the best person in the world. Like um, OGS MC is supposed to be the best Protoss in the world. Well, whatever is really hard for him in StarCraft, make it equivalent so that the last thing that he could barely beat if he was the best Diablo player in the world, the thing that he can barely beat is the last level, and then make that level infinitely after, so you have to continually go up against that last level. Don't make it so if you do it that way, there can always be a chance for somebody to get past and get the higher um, rank on the ladder for who did the best what. And so I think that'd be really awesome, and it would really increase the value of the stuff on the auction house. Um, that said, it only being you able to get the stuff in Inferno and Hell and whatever to get items. No loot in this, no loot except for maybe one item after a really deep, just to say, hey, you got this far. It's the only item in here. It's not the best item in the game. It's not even an item that's really good in Inferno. I would say one of the best items in Hell that you can get, but not quite in Hell, and like just more of an achievement to show to people, like how in WoW they have stuff like Tyrael's Charger, because for people who bought the annual pass or something like that, or people that went to BlizzCon and get their own mount, people that did this can get their own weapon. It's just a weapon that's known as the bottomless dungeon weapon. It's and not for not to take. It's not really a game to take in game so much, more of just something that sells good on the auction house just because it was the bottomless dungeon this level item that very few people can get up to that level. I think that'd be cool. Um, and also you can really put so much achievements in. People love achievements on Blizzard, like on StarCraft. Like people who play it, uh, I love getting achievements and stuff. Xbox 360 achievements, like, and PlayStation. I don't have an Xbox. I have a PlayStation. I don't even care for them. Like, they're to me. The achievement system on Xbox 360, it's a little better, but it's not much. But the achievement system on StarCraft is amazing. And if you can make it like it is on Diablo, people can go and look at that. Like you can look at it on profile on StarCraft. That'd be amazing. What else is to be said about this? Um, so on harder, eventually regear. Okay, so what this guy's saying here is one guy's saying how another Inferno is good enough post. But this guy says Inferno wasn't meant to be beaten. If Inferno wasn't meant to be beaten, it wouldn't have been designed to be beaten. Um, the game actually goes on and on in the quest for better items, not actual monster difficulty. What some of us are asking is for a literal bottomless dungeon that continually goes down deeper and harder until eventually we hit a wall and die. I'm against the hitting the wall and die because the idea that this is the final level, like this is the final level. The whole idea of a bottomless dungeon is that it's bottomless. If you make it so, if Blizzard makes it so, um, there's one part that cannot be passed. It's not bottomless. Get it to a part where the best person in the world, and what I mean by the best person in the world is so if we can't get there, at least we can watch people like progress, like we do in the MLG and the GSL. Um, Again, I'm going back to StarCraft, but it's the only thing we really know about Blizzard right now with this kind of stuff because Diablo isn't even out, and we don't even know about the fame and the whatnot. So, but I know Blizzard does not want to make um, Diablo an esport, but achievement-wise, it goes to that. There is the big competition coming up in October instead of BlizzCon. I don't know if is it a worldwide competition, or you just log in and you enter, or is it just some? I know it's happening in Korea. There's something special there. Maybe it's just people for going there. Um, so yeah, most people are saying they like it. Um, awesome idea. I'd play it. So more levels, please. No, no, it doesn't drop loot. So I think Blizzard really has to make this. Another idea is also an arena where a time like a time trial where monsters just keep on coming at you. They had something like that in the beta, like called the Jar of Souls. It wasn't really good. It was just cheap skeletons that you can just one shot with your wizard if you wanted. Um, but like better than that, like actual bosses coming at you at some point in a time trial. So I'd be down for both time trial and dungeon. I'd be more down for the dungeon because the dungeon is level based, um, and I think that a hardcore one would be good and a non-hardcore with waypoints. I wouldn't say don't let the hardcore die in it because it was Jesse Cox once said that hardcore is good in the arena where people could run in and kill each other and then their character's dead forever. They got to bring that back. They have to bring that back and save it for that. I'd say let the hardcore players mainly just start over from the beginning, um, and that's the difference. Don't let them die for good in the dungeon. Um, and I'd say yeah, unlock it after level 60, and yeah. So everybody's agreeing for it. Everyone, yeah. Hey, okay. So wow, so far it looks like it's been a pretty well received. Yay. This is a go. Like Blizzard has to get down on this. Um, I'm down on it, and I think everybody else that's going to be playing Diablo should, and the people that are too scared about it should just shut up and let the people put it on the game and not play it if they don't want to. Um, and so what I'm going to do is I'll put the thread, the link in the description, and post more. Uh, just put more posts to the thread, and if the thread fills up, just put another thread up on it. Chances are, Blizzard does read. They do read their forums and what the players want. Like with, they were thinking of making hardcore only available after you beat normal. The people on the forums complained. They said they didn't want that, and they brung it back to. They didn't give it completely, but they did do level 10, and that's what they said. They might even do it completely by the game releases, not like hardcore from the beginning. They might even do that. But level 10 is not so bad. Just get a character level 10. It takes about 10 minutes. Um, well, okay, maybe 20. But There's other numerous other things. Blizzard will be looking at this, so make sure to post. And when it fills up, create another thread. I can't, unfortunately, because I got banned and I cannot post on the forums anymore. Um, I can't even make a new account to do that because the way Blizzard does their accounts is you have to own a game, and all my games are on the one account. So, uh, yeah, thanks, and it'll probably actually no, it'll end. This game will probably um, come out in about 2 years whenever the expansion comes. I can't see Blizzard putting out in a patch. Because they love to put out their big new things, and this is probably going to be the biggest thing to happen to Diablo. Um, it's bigger than announcing a new class. I don't know what. They're definitely going to put in a new act and everything, but this whole idea is way bigger. With the fall of PvP and no more ladders, they need a new thing, and I think this will do it. So, um, this is it, and thanks for watching.